Welcome back to the 903 podcast. This week, I sat down with Sonia Semone, food vlogger at Eat, Travel, Repeat. I talked with her about her long history of creative endeavors, the lifestyle of a foodie influencer, and the value of locally owned and operated businesses. Here's what's happening in the 903.
Welcome back to the 903 podcast. I'm Andrew Darrington, your host. Today we're here in Tyler, Texas at the Young Professional Building. I'm getting a lot better at that. I said it wrong a couple times, but so glad to have you here. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We really appreciate you guys donating and helping us create this content, and appreciate your confidence in the content that we're producing, and appreciate Waylon back in the back. Without further ado, we've got Sonia Semone here. She is a home builder.
I am.
And you also part-time do some content creation, helping out restaurants, resorts, and hotels.
And boutiques.
And boutiques.
Just any kind of point of interest in the East Texas area or beyond, wherever I'm going.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Mm-hmm. So you've been doing home building for a long time?
About 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I was doing, it started out with me doing decorating. And then I started remodeling and flipping. And then it just kind of eventually went into building.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. And what about content creation?
Oh, like how long have I been doing it? Honestly, I was doing content creation many, many moons ago. I was doing blogging, but like this specific content creation has been about a year.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. And are you from this area?
I am. I was born here.
In Tyler?
I was.
Okay, cool. So your whole life?
My whole life. I was born at Mother Francis.
Never left?
No, I did. I went to school at UNT, but I came back.
Gotcha. And so it's changed quite a bit.
It has.
Yeah. The holly trees have gotten bigger and formed and all that good stuff.
That was not even there back in the day.
Right. And then everything's grown south so quickly. There's a lot of home building opportunities.
There are a lot of home building opportunities. And the borders are getting closer. Like Flint and Tyler are touching each other, and it's just getting that way all over the place.
Yep. Bullard is too. Pretty close to it. So what was it like? Like, growing up, did you get into the hotel scene and restaurants, and how were you exposed to that? Or
not really. I mean, I think mostly I'm a foodie, and I've always loved to travel. And I think growing up in Tyler, anybody, maybe not anybody, but a lot of people that are here think there's nothing to do. And I also was one of those people that thought, well, there's nothing to do here. And so as a way to find things to do, I started going to little towns that were 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes away. And then I realized, it's not really different than a metroplex. You have all these different things, all these different cool places to go to. You just have to get in your car and drive, and you can have a day trip and have the most amazing time, and you're not fighting tons of traffic or, doing all that. And all of these things are here. So that's kind of what piqued my interest. Just, being curious and wanting to do things, see things.
So you just traveled around as much as you could to see as much as you could.
Right.
And you'd hear like, hey, you should go to this restaurant, you should go to this hotel, this boutique, whatever it may be, go experience it. And then you'd be like, all right, I'm just going to go.
All the time. Even my girlfriends can tell you, like, we would say, let's do a girls', little vacation that's close to home. And we might head to Nacogdoches or whatever and go shopping around those areas and eat someplace over there. And you really feel like you've gone someplace. And you can even go for one day. It could be a day trip. And you kind of have gotten out of the rat race of everything and seen different stuff.
Did you write blogs when you were traveling around college time, or?
Actually, after that, I did a travel blog, and it didn't really. I mean, there were some. It did okay, but it really wasn't a thing. I just was interested in it and wanted to put it out there. So no, it wasn't a thing.
Gotcha.
It never really materialized. But I did have and this is kind of, I don't know, I'm just going to say it because he's going to edit, but I have an art hash blog, which I'm an artist. My degree is in art.
Okay.
I have 2 degrees in art, and it has like about 10,000 people on there. And I've done art shows, and so I'm not new to doing things on the internet where I have like groups of people.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's kind of like my boss does a lot of photography, and he was telling me about the metaverse, and I was like, I don't even know what there's like museums in the metaverse where you could buy other people's photographs.
Oh, I didn't
which is
know
crazy.
That. Yeah.
And you buy it with crypto or NFTs and stuff like that. It's just wild.
Yeah, or we're talking about virtual art, like they're selling the EFTs or whatever.
Yes.
Or the ET. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, NFTs.
Yes.
Yeah, you basically take your licensed photo and you place it in a museum. You charge people to go into that museum.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
What's happening? Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, we got kind of
That's okay.
meandered off.
That's okay.
But we can talk about virtual world. So were you inspired by other TikTokers or content creators to try to have something for East Texas?
I really wasn't. I didn't know what I was doing. To be 100% honest, like I wasn't familiar with any East Texas content creators. Now I know them because, the more you get known, you see the other content creators and then you meet them. I'm lucky enough to have met, some that are super cool and interacted with them and hung out with them, and that's awesome. I really was just trying to document what I was doing. I had no idea, that it was going to be, and it's, that it would even go where it has gone.
What was the inspiration about documenting it? Because a lot of people that are doing that, they're only sharing maybe with friends or family or, work, family or something like that. Why was it important?
I just wanted to do it. I wanted to share, and the process of it all also is something that I really enjoy. And so I guess that's part of it. The video editing, we were talking about how it can be so, taxing, and there's so much to it. That's kind of my zen place. Because of my art, just the video process itself, sitting down at the end of the day and doing a video, it's kind of gets me into a zen zone, and I love it. That's kind of part of the whole process for me.
So you like torture?
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because you're putting together a reel at the end of the day, and people may not even consider it what we're doing, but the reel is a minute or a minute 30, generally a minute. But mine are highly curated if you watch them. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the video.
Right.
So I'm producing a spot, and I love doing that.
You've got music in the
everything.
background.
There's all kinds of things going on.
And then you're showing different aspects that maybe people pass up if they've been going there for years and years and years.
Right.
Little nuances to you.
Right.
And maybe to some other, and then we met yesterday for lunch, and we're oohing and ahhing over the prices.
Oh, it was crazy.
It was, comparatively to maybe a Dallas,
right,
or to even inside of Tyler, at some of the big box chains type places.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
A $2 burger. One of their burgers was $2.
I know. Yeah. So to walk us through the process, you said that there's a process to it. What does that look like because I saw it yesterday, but obviously the viewers did not. What does that process look like when you're on scene? Because you're immediately filming, obviously the front, and then you've done enough to where now kind of what
I'm
people
kind
are
of in a
looking for.
zone, so that's part of my
Oh, you were in a zone for sure.
Was I? Could
yes. Yes. Because you said, hey, look, you're going to interrupt me a few times, which is fine, because we had just met and, we're trying to have small talk about each other, and you're like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you a bunch of times, which is fine. Go ahead.
Yes. So I just basically get myself, I'm in a zone, and it's like my brain automatically starts clicking, and I know I want these shots, I want this, I know I want to capture the food, I know I want to show the food, I know I want to portray, what I'm eating, I want the viewers to see what I'm eating, and I'm trying to make a cohesive clip and make a story that goes along that's interesting, and it's just all automatic, that whatever is happening.
I thought the thing that I was most taken back from is, and I've met some content creators too, that they don't have the ability to turn it off and on. Like they're always content creators, regardless of kind of what interaction they're having with me or with other people. It's just who they are. It's like Randy Savage. He sounded the same no matter who he was talking to.
Right.
And but you had that ability to kind of be very gracious and understand, like, this is their house.
It's their house.
Right, and you're in their house, and we went unannounced.
We did.
Which is a little different than maybe some of the things that and we will talk a little bit about that, but they were pretty quick. I mean, obviously at first they were like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
We're in the middle of Kilgore, Texas.
Right.
What's going on here? They didn't know your background, so they didn't know how big this was going to be production-wise. But they were pretty gracious after they got the story and understood what your purpose was. I think it also helped that we got there early.
Yes, I try to land at hours that aren't, I try to be incognito. I try to get there before the lunch rush everywhere that I'm going. And sometimes, a lot of times when people invite me out, it's even a little bit before even that. Just to get out of that lunch crowd.
Why is that important? Is it more important for them?
It's convenient for them. I'm not trying to interrupt their they're trying to carry on their business, and I can record with whoever else is around. But if they're in the lunch rush, I don't want to be intruding on what they're doing. They're a business, so really, it's just about that.
Yeah, for sure. The owners yesterday were very different than what I was in the restaurant industry for 6 years, and so the ladies in the front were like, we went to Charburger Stockade in Kilgore.
A shout out to them, because they're awesome. They were so sweet, and those burgers are amazing.
Yes. And the ladies in the front that were taking the orders, they were asking the owners, and the owners were younger than them.
Yes.
And these owners, I see a lot of owners working in the front. They're taking in the money, they're hobnobbing it. No, these ladies were in the back by the fryers, apron on.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know. I knew the food was going to be good.
Yeah, I loved the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's special. And that's another thing, the whole experience, all of it is just really special to be, like you said earlier, it's being invited into or being in someone's home. I mean, their food is important to them. I mean, it's a lot of times with these mom and pops, it's recipes that are passed down generationally, and they're proud of their food. They want to share it with you. It is what they're doing as a living, but it's more than that. It's a lot more than that.
Yeah, the girl that helped us kind of make our order, when she was like, that's the smoke sauce, and that there's a secret recipe for that. And her face just glows up.
Yeah.
You don't get that anywhere else. There is no secret recipe.
Right.
Not many places. They may say this is our our marquee dish or whatever it may be, but to have her say that, you just don't hear it very often.
Right.
And then a lot of handmade stuff too.
Yes.
Where you get that at the mom and pop and not so much at the other places.
Correct.
We had handmade onion rings, chili.
The meat was sourced locally.
Yes, delivered daily.
Yes.
And the beans too. So let's talk about the invitations. You get invitations probably every day.
I do. I get a lot of invitations. And I know a lot of the places that are inviting me. I mean, I've lived here my whole life, and So if somebody invites me, I generally know. But I will look up if I'm not fully aware of what, if somebody has invited me, and I go. I'm intentional about where I go.
Mm-hmm. And why is that?
Because I don't put out bad reviews.
Okay.
And people have asked me before, well, why aren't you doing bad reviews? And that's not my MO. I'm not here to do bad reviews. I personally only want to do mom and pop restaurants. We were talking, earlier, and you said, why not like the chains? Mm-hmm. I have gotten invited to some chains, and I have gone before, but my general 99% of the time I'm going to mom and pop shops. A, because I like it. B, because I think that what we were talking about, that whole experience of the recipes being handed down and being in somebody's like home mm-hmm. type of atmosphere is just where I want to be. I want to be all in that. And see, a lot of times these mom and pop restaurants are awesome and they're doing awesome things, and the people locally may know about them, but everybody may not mm-hmm. be knowing about them, and they don't have the advertising dollars to go out and spend and tell everybody about it. And I want to tell everybody how great it is. Yeah. And that's what I want to do. And I'm never going to go into a mom and pop restaurant and eat something and then put out that it was bad food. I'm just not going to put the review out. Like, if I didn't like it, you won't see it. Right. Yeah.
I thought, there's a lot of people that drive past those because they think it's going to be slow. Mm-hmm. And we had our food in no time. Yeah. Like, we had beans because it was free beans. Right. And it was fast as we could serve it.
It was super fast.
Yes. And then the other thing so almost everybody that came in, they knew by first name, which mm-hmm. I like too. That's part of the ambiance for me is to hear that exchange back and forth. And that's just goes to the core of customer service and like being a staple in that city too. That's the other thing we got to keep in mind is that everybody that was in there pays taxes in that city, is part of the city, works for the city, retired with the city. FedEx drivers were in there. I mean, there was just a smattering of all kinds of people that are in there. Right. Yeah. So there wasn't like a pay difference that you could tell, like, hey, everybody in here is wearing gowns, or everybody here, every bill is going to be over $100. Right. Like I ordered almost everything that I could possibly eat, and it was $20.
I know, because the burgers were $3.50. Right. I mean, it was, and you said that the hush puppies were 10 cents
They were 10 cents each.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And now, a word from our sponsors. This episode is sponsored by Red Construction and Development, LLC. If you are looking to build or remodel and need the highest quality, best reputation, and 3D rendering, look no further than Red Construction. Call Thomas and his team at 903-630-8660 today. This episode is sponsored by Hoot and Holler Beverage. When I think of Hoot and Holler, their selection and customer service first comes to mind. So skip the big box franchises and make the trip to Hoot and Holler in Gun Barrel City. Between barrel picks, mixers, seltzers, whatever you need for the weekend, they'll help you find it. Stop by today. Scott and team are ready. This episode is sponsored by the Humidor. If you are looking for cigars and want to enjoy a few hours in a great environment with a great staff, the Humidor should be your next stop. With their vast selection and new bar, you'll have a great time every time. This episode is sponsored by Vault Arms, the premier destination for all things firearm related. So if you're in the market for handguns, rifles, or supplies, stop by Vault Arms at 4740 South Broadway or their indoor range at 417 West Elm in Tyler. Now back to the 903 podcast.
All right. Didn't want to make the whole podcast about Charbrook.
Yes.
But I mean, they were great.
They were.
It was great.
I love it.
Yeah. And thank you for allowing me to tag along too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the hotels and the boutiques and really anywhere that how do those people reach out to you? Do you get those requests very often?
I do.
And what does that look like when you go? I mean, I would assume it's pretty awesome.
It is awesome. And I have had a literal fascination with hotels my whole life. I don't know why. I mean, I'm a foodie, but I'm a travel person, but I love unique stays. I mean, and anything from boutique hotels to Airbnbs to, I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, I can't even tell you how cool it is to see. I think that's also in my home building and decorating or whatever. I love seeing how people have, made these places into their home, like a home for you to stay in. It's just so cool. I love it. And so there's so many amazing places to stay in East Texas that are so cool, that are like the mom and pop restaurants, these boutique resorts and hotels. You can go stay the weekend and you really feel like you have gone somewhere else, and you don't really have to go too far. You don't have to make a lot of effort. You can just kind of check out and be like, I'm going to Ritual in Jacksonville, or I'm going to High Hill Farm, or, I'm going to Dead Cat Ranch, and there's all these cool places. I'm going to the Redland Hotel in Palestine coming up. I mean, there are a lot of them, and they're awesome. And I love showing those too. It's so much fun.
We got to get you to Treehouse soon.
I know, I do.
For sure. Because I think, I haven't been there, but man, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
They really want us to go.
Yeah.
Or they want me to go, they want you to go, but, and you can review it.
Yeah.
But they want me to do the podcast there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know about Wayland lugging equipment and stuff like that. But it still would be cool to do it one night.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's so cool. It looked cool.
Yeah, the 3 properties on the 80 acres. Any experiences stand out throughout? You've been to a lot of different places. Obviously, yesterday stood out because you enjoyed it, and it was awesome. But any other experiences stand out to you? Any hotels, boutiques where you're like, wow, everybody should know about this? And obviously, you post a lot, all the content that you said that was positive, but is there anything where you're like, wow, this is in East Texas?
Honestly, all the time, I think that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to pinpoint, specifically one. I honestly go to so many places, and my mind is blown on a continuous basis that there are these people that have invented these things to be here. And this is another reason why I love the mom and pop, whether it's boutique, hotels, restaurants, and all that, with a chain. And there's nothing wrong with the chain. Everybody's doing their business, and it's awesome. I am here, it's all good. But these people had an idea, and to take an idea and to say, I'm going to run with this idea, takes a certain type of it's just a certain type of person to be able to just think that they're going to do it and to do it. And I just am all for those people.
Right. I think the other thing that's interesting is you've got a vast difference in the mom and pops that I've been in. So you can go into mom and pops and it's they got 7 items, that's it.
Right.
And they're good at all 7. And then you got some mom and pops where they got 5 page menus.
Right.
They want to be able to cater to everybody's needs.
Yes.
And they're both successful in doing it. And it's amazing to me how wide sometimes that gap gets with some of them.
Well, and it's amazing. I love, there's 5-star dining that is mom and pop restaurant, that's family run, that's not a chain. And it's amazing. I mean, there's great food, and I love everything from Michelin restaurants to hole in the walls. Love it. I mean, we had the other day, people were family cooking in the kitchen. You see that all the time. I love that. I mean, that food's going to be good when you see families cooking in the kitchen.
For sure. All right, so no standouts. You just don't want to glorify 1 or 2 different experiences, and I get that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good food and places to eat. And you just have to watch and see where I like to go.
Yeah, that's right. I like it. We talked a little bit about the focus on mom and pops. Do you get outside of the 903?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So if I'm going anywhere, I'm going to still create content. So if I, go on a vacation, or I go to Port Aransas, or if I go to Iceland,
Okay.
I'm going to I'm just still going to make that content and push it out there.
So there's a burning desire to have people experience what you're experiencing?
Yes.
Why is that important? Where did that come from? Like, where do you think it comes from? I mean, obviously you create art and you want to share. A lot of people that create art want to share it with people.
I think that's
what
what basically boils down to.
It's like a virtual art.
It's like a virtual art, and the production of it and putting it out and making these little stories and all of that. It's just all its own thing. Mm-hmm. It's all its own thing. I mean, I guess kind of like your podcast.
Sure.
You just have this innate desire to do something and you just do it. And it's like a drive that you have to want to do it. And then it just kind of becomes its own thing. Mm-hmm. It just takes a life of its own. Do
people around you like, okay, when are we going to make a video, or when are you going to start filming or something like that? Is that something that you feel other people ask, or? I try to do,
if it's really good friends of mine, I will pull out my camera. But I try to refrain and do it on my own time. I'm not, I'm not going to just go to dinner and start pulling out my thing, like my camera, and to do that. It's very structured. Like, I'm going to do a restaurant, or I'm going to do this. Of course, I'll bring my friends with me if I want to, and they enjoy that too. But it's not like I want to intrude and just be like, she's just going to be annoying the whole time.
Does it feel like a lifestyle?
It feels like my life now.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does. And I think it kind of feels like my life now because A, it's something that I'm doing. And B, I get a lot of amazing feedback and I get recognized all over the place, and it just feels like that's what it is. Like, this is what's going on.
Yeah, like yesterday, the guy was like, that's you.
Yeah.
On his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that feel good, or is it fulfilling, or is it validating what you're doing is good?
Yes, I think people are so kind and they're so nice and they're always so excited to see me, and it's, now more than ever, like they're always, excited, and that's so sweet. I do try to be incognito a lot of times, and I run around at different hours that I don't necessarily run into a lot of people. But it does not bother me. Like, people are so sweet. They're so nice to me. They are beyond kind, and they're wonderful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is there ever a point where you feel like too many people know? Like when you're in situations, locations? Everywhere I go now. Okay.
And I've seen people take pictures of me.
How's that feel?
It's funny. The picture taking of me, it happens all the time, but at first I was like, that's not happening. Right. Like, I couldn't understand what's happening. Like, this isn't I'm a little, by no means am I a giant content creator. Like, I'm in a smaller town. I'm not huge.
Right there with you.
But I have a lot of, my videos get lots of views. And so it is very constant. And at first it started to surprise me, and now I'm just used to it, because it's anywhere I go, somebody's gonna see me.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen, and that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I occasionally, for me, not as large of followership, because the content we're creating is for nonprofit entrepreneurs,
right.
And occasionally like Reggie and yourself, and folks that are doing things that matter, and that's not viral.
Right.
Like, that's not viral enough. If we were fighting right now or yelling at each other,
you want to?
I don't want to do that. I'm just not.
We could be controversial.
But then somebody's got to pick a side,
Right.
and that's never a good thing in my opinion.
No,
And my parents are, they're on the page, so I'd like.
Oh yeah, no, we got to
least,
keep it clean.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I like to keep it very PG.
Mm-hmm.
I keep it very clean. A lot of people don't, and that is their prerogative,
Sure.
and they want to do that. There's just something in me that wants to be family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not always family friendly, but I want to put my whatever content that I'm putting out there. I want everybody to be able to enjoy it. And I've had people say, I love it, my wife loves it, and my child loves watching you,
Mm-hmm.
And I have had kids come up to me and stuff. And so I really try to, and I sometimes feel like that makes me a little more vanilla, but that's okay.
A little bit more genuine though, because you've got a lot of food content creators. But let's just not generalize you to that, because you do the hotels and the boutiques and the resorts too. But you've got a lot of them now that are buying food off of Facebook Marketplace and eating in their car,
Yeah.
or buying a bunch of Taco Bell or McDonald's or these
Right.
different challenges. Or the craziest ones for me is where they get a whole cup of sauce, like a full size cup
Yeah.
of sauce, and they're dunking it in there, and the mic's right by their mouth.
Yeah.
And, like
It's like the what is it called, ASMR? Like people want to hear the crunch, the
Yeah.
slurping, and like it's a thing, and it's not my thing. Like
Right.
it's not for me. Like that's
Right.
not me. That's not my style. Like there's mukbang eating where you're just like shoving food in your face. I want to eat the food. I'm there to eat the food, but I'm not there to like do all of that. I mean, I'll get messy. I'll have sauce. I'll do whatever. And nothing against any of that stuff. It's just not my style. My style is very, sometimes I think to myself, my style is very like demure in comparison, but I am who I am, and that's what I'm going to put out.
The only experience I've had with you is where we visited somebody it was unexpected, and they seemed to be pretty loose, because they were like, you're here, you're already here, and they invited you back, and you were very courteous to them, and kind of explained the process of what you did, and all that good stuff, and they were kind of okay, well
They were rolling with it.
And then we had her video her delivering the plates and all that good stuff, and but how does that feel when they know you're coming? Is it much different, or?
It is different because they know what I'm coming for. Everything is sort of laid out. I have an agreement, not an agreement, but like, I want to film in your kitchen, I want to do this, and they're ready for me to do that, and I'm there to show the best that I can show of them, and I want to make interesting videos for them, and I have in my mind what would be an interesting video for them, and they may not know, and they may be scared or afraid, like this is going to happen and that's going to happen, and I'm there to just basically reassure them, like, if you want to be in the video, you can be in the video. If you don't want to be in the video, you don't have to be in the video. If you tell me we don't want you to film anything in the kitchen, that's okay too. Like, I will do whatever you want to do. I will ask you that this is what I want.
Right.
But generally when I'm going somewhere or I'm being asked, they know what to expect. When we just roll up on, and I don't roll up on people as much anymore. I still do. I still want to. If I find a hole in a wall, a taco place, or do somewhere where I want to go, I'll just roll up in there and I'll start videoing. And I'll ask if I can do whatever. But I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. That's not my point.
Right. But the visits are going to be a little bit different, because maybe a visit where they've invited you and want you to come in, you may have it more scripted in your head of what you want accomplished, and they may have some suggestions.
Right.
Right. And whereas you unpromptu, you're going to do what you want to do.
Right.
Or what works, or that your followers want to see.
Right.
And or ideas and different things like that.
I generally always go that route, but I will ask restaurants if they have items that they think are their like best things. Like, what do you think are your? And we asked them that too.
Yeah.
And she said anything with chili.
Right.
But I'll ask the same type of questions, and if it's something that I don't want, I'm just not going to have it.
Right.
So it's very similar. It's just that they know that I'm coming versus me rolling up somewhere. And I want to take video of the restaurant and all that. So it's a little different when I roll up, and people see me, and people now know,
Right.
they'll notice me. I mean, and they'll say, I saw you here, I saw you
Right.
there, while I'll come home and I'll edit a video, and by the time I posted it, they were like, we were sitting right next to you. I knew that
Right.
was you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah, very cool. Any events or anything on the horizon where, I mean, obviously it's successful what you're doing now, but any collaborations or any things that you may dabble into, nonprofits or anything like that over the...
I would love to showcase more nonprofits. So if you're a nonprofit and you're out there and you want me to come showcase what you're doing, I would love to do it. I get very busy, and so if I am not, it's not on the top of my mind, I don't really go there, because I am asked to go to a lot of places, and sometimes me reaching out and saying I want to do this is kind of last on my agenda. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to do it, and I would love to. I would love to showcase more nonprofits.
Yeah, like an animal shelter would be right up your alley.
Yes, all the things.
It'd be so much fun to go in there.
Everything. And honestly, I have done a lot of volunteer work myself at the East Texas Food Bank, which I think is an amazing organization, and I haven't really hit them up. But I would love to showcase what they're doing, because I think it's amazing. They have so many different types of programs, and there's summer program where they make lunches for kids that were getting lunches in school, and they don't have that during the summer, and they supplement that in the summer so that the kids still get a lunch. They have a food pantry. They're doing all kinds of things. I mean, it's amazing. There's so many amazing nonprofits.
East Texas is very giving.
Very giving. Very
so
giving.
The challenge is somebody out there needs to reach out to her.
Reach out to me. I'll come to your nonprofit.
Absolutely. We've had a number of them on, and they're all great. I mean, they all work really hard.
They do.
They all struggle to raise funds.
They do.
They all have a great purpose. They all have really good leadership in this area. And I think the thing that makes them most successful here in East Texas is they all have very clear missions of what they want to accomplish. So, and it's very clear what they do. So there's not a lot of window dressing,
right?
Which is important for folks that want to donate their time or money to those efforts.
And you're really correct. I mean, the amount of giving and philanthropy in East Texas is kind of, I don't know. I mean, I can't speak to other places, I guess, because I really have lived here all my life. But I would say that it's probably more than a lot of places, because people really do give here often, and they give to all kinds of different nonprofits.
Yeah, I would say per capita or per, like our financial level is probably one of the most giving in the United States. Again, don't quote me on that statistics, but as many nonprofits as we have, almost everybody that I know is part of a nonprofit of some kind. And I know multiple people that are head up nonprofits, and they're all amazing people. They all have clear visions. They all have good staffs. They all have people that are always donating time and money. And that's all I need to know is that if you have people behind you that are doing that and sustaining your vision and what you want to do, it's a successful program.
Right.
Yeah.
And as far as events, I just normally cover things that are going on, probably just a few months before they're going on. Like I did the Azalea Trail and, the historic home tour, which I think is honestly one of my most favorite things that happens in Tyler. People let you go in their historic homes, and you can walk through those houses that are built, a long time ago. And honestly, what's cooler than that? It's so amazing. You get to see different architecture, the way that it's decorated. And it's during the azalea trails, so the flowers are all out. That's probably one of my favorite things that goes on during the year. Love it.
Yeah. What advice would you have for someone, because you've been doing this for over a year, right? But you blog before, you're an artist, so
Right.
you've got some of the intangibles that you need to create content, but what advice would you give someone who's thinking about doing it? Because there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, this is easy work.
It's not
And
easy.
it's freaking hard.
Oh, it's not easy. That's why people don't do it.
Yeah.
You could make a video and maybe one video might pop off and that could be a thing and that's all fun and dandy. But doing it, you have to be consistent. And I think the content creators that are around here, they are recognizable, and they are recognizable because they are consistent. They're putting out their videos on a continuous basis, and what they're doing, they have a very unique method, each one of them, to how they're doing it, and people relate to the way that they're doing it. And that is not a fluke. That is work. I just think that it goes back to why everybody's doing it. That's their own thing, but I really think it's because they want to. They like showcasing places. Like, it's fun. It's entertaining. Just like people have a hobby of going and doing golf. You know what I mean? I think that this is sort of like that for me. It's like a decompression, and it's something that I like to do. I love it. I love to do it, actually. I think it's so much fun. I get to meet the most amazing people. I get to have the most cool experiences. I do get amazing experiences.
Do you feel like it's like you're a character in that? When you start videoing, do you feel like
you have to have a little bit
performance?
I don't know if it's performance or you just have to be clear in enunciating your words, because it has to come across on camera. But I think it's really me. Like, I don't think it's like a completely different persona than,
Because in the moment you're having so much fun.
Yeah.
In the moment,
Yes.
and whether you're eating or touring a place or
Right.
whatever,
Right.
it's just sharing your experience at that moment. Because you may be speaking to someone who's bedridden or that's in the house,
Right.
or that can't travel, doesn't have a car, maybe limited finances at the moment. Maybe somebody who's like you were, a couple years ago, where you're venturing off and you're looking for ideas
Right.
of where to go.
And I've had people say that. I'm in a wheelchair and I can't get out, and I like to watch these videos because I feel like I can go see what's going on. But back to your original question, what advice do I have? It's basically do it. If you have an idea, just do what you want to do. Like, just put one foot in front of the other and keep going, and don't think about it. Don't overthink. Once you start overthinking things, you're done. Like,
or you start listening to people chirp.
Yeah, you don't have to. If you have, I'm a believer, and this is my core belief, that any single person can do anything that they want to. Look at all the amazing things that people do, and they do it because they're doing it. And nothing can stop you from doing what you want to do. And you don't have to listen to anybody else. I think I have had people tell me that what I'm doing, or like looked at me like I was a little crazy. You're crazy doing what you're doing until you're not. You know what I mean? Until it's a thing. While you're making your food videos and 3 people are watching your video, like, you're a tool.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not so much when there's 100, 200,000 hits on a video.
Right.
Then you're not. Then it's like, oh, you're doing something.
It was an experience for me, because you're filming all these things, and obviously we're not connecting in that moment, right?
Right.
Because you're doing your stuff and you're connecting with the people in the back, and then we talked a little bit before the plates come out and the plates come back. You go back into that mode where it's you're covering things. We did some videos together, which was awesome. But then it's you're so intentional about what you're doing, which is not easy to do. And then you're showcasing someone else's home and what they deliver to that area.
Right.
And that's a big responsibility to shoulder. And you're doing it for other people, which is selfless. What you do is hard, is what I'm getting at. And you're driving there to do it. You're spending your time. That takes effort. Yeah, it may be fun for you, but I mean, I remember the first year that I did this, there was a lot of friends of mine that kind of laughed at it, what I was doing, because, it's not super viral. We're not talking about, sports. We're not talking about politics. We're not talking about who got with who and, drama and all this other stuff. And so it took a while, for things to happen. And here we are, year 3.
Yeah.
It happens
still
pretty
doing
quick,
it.
and booked out until next year with guests. So like, where do you level? How do you measure success?
Well, I mean, I guess to some people, virality might legitimize in their minds what you're doing, but probably for you and also for me putting out the content that I was putting it out for 3 people, 10 people, 100 hits or whatever. I was still going to do it. And I was doing it because I wanted to. There was a drive to do it. Like there was innate feeling that this is what I need to do, which was more than a thought that I need to do this. No, it wasn't like that. It was just like this innate drive that I had to do what I was doing. And I was going to do it no matter what. And I feel like that the more you do something and the more you keep doing something, inevitably it's going to hit.
Especially if it's genuine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's creative.
It's creative and it is fun and it is a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely work. I mean, like I said, everybody cannot do it. I mean, or everybody doesn't want to do it.
Sure.
Anybody can do it.
Because they can watch you do it.
Yeah, they can watch you do it. But, sitting down and editing and doing all the things that we have to do, there's a lot of work to it. And I'm doing it all by myself. Like, I don't have a team of people to do it. I mean, like you were saying, I was being in the moment with you and then I was having to turn it on and off or whatever. If I had a film crew, I wouldn't have had to do that. Right. I could still had a conversation.
Make sure you catch this. Make sure you do that.
Yeah, make sure you catch that. And I could have still had to do whatever. But I have to have a different work hat. I have to be, the film person. Yeah. I'm catching what everybody's doing. I'm directing it in my brain. I'm editing videos at the end of the day. I'm eating the food, all of that stuff. And, I can have an off day when I make a video. And I know when I've had a video that's like, it's mediocre. It happens, but it's okay. I still want to put that content out there too, because everybody's not perfect.
Right. Do you have anybody that supports you doing this? Or is it just all on your own? Or do you have... Don't you have one sponsor, right? Or no?
I do. I have a sponsor, Southside Furniture.
Yeah.
Gerald over there at Southside Furniture is my sponsor, and he sponsors my Facebook posts.
Okay, cool.
And they're amazing. I love that. But the rest of it is just on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all me.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, is your plate full, or do you have any ideas about doing something else? Creating more content, or is this it for now?
I think this is it. I think this is it. I mean, this is really what I enjoy doing, and I want to keep doing it, and I want to keep doing it on all the platforms, and I want to do it as much as I can.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I love all the places, all the things, seeing all the, I think my plate is full. I mean, now if somebody asked me to do, if an opportunity came along for me and, it was somebody gave me an opportunity, I wouldn't say no to it.
Right.
But just for me, like coming up with something else, no.
Yeah. This last 6 months has been a lot of firsts. Like, different things have happened, which is awesome. Like when you get some first, like bank account with your letterhead on it and stuff like that, it's just, it hits a little bit different, which is interesting.
Right.
You know, because we've got sponsorships and we love that, but then we spend money, you know, and give money to nonprofits. We give money to, you know, a variety of different individuals that help us. And so like, that's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I really admire the content creators. You know, we were talking about this earlier, and people might call them influencers, and they are. They influence people to do things. I mean, if you're looking at delicious food, I mean, you're influenced. I call myself a content creator. But they're out there doing the hustle. They're doing the work. They're doing the things for these people, just like everybody else is doing. And the difference is that people trust what we're saying because they grow accustomed and used to listening to us, and they maybe go to some of the places that we've gone to, or me or whoever, and they're like, it validates that, you know, well, we enjoy the places that she's going to. That's why, you know, I have had people reach out to me and say, come to my restaurant, and then I might have looked at the reviews, and the review is like a 2.1 star, and I'm like, I'm busy, because I'm not going to put that content out there. I'm just, you know, it's not going to be, I'm probably not going to like it, and it's going to not be, it's not going to be a good thing. And I want to do positive things. Even if I'm at a restaurant, let's just say I'm at a restaurant and I don't like something that I've eaten, I won't even show that. Like, I'm not going to show it. I'm going to show what I liked at that place, and that's that.
Yeah. It was fun yesterday where she was like, you can't leave without eating some fish. And that was my favorite thing I ate. Oh man, it's so good. Ugh. But I mean, it was a cool experience. It would be awesome to feel that way almost every time you go out, that these folks are, you know, doing these things and you're getting to experience it with them and you're getting to tell the story. And you posted your reel yesterday, and the administrator for the restaurant came on and thanked you and stuff like that. I mean, instant validation that, you know, they really appreciated the video, kind of, you know, liked you telling that story. And to them, it's equivalent to, you know, Jack in the Box having a syndicated commercial on CBS.
Exactly.
You know, for them, you just gave them that.
Right.
You know, that people can watch in their hand instead of, you know.
Well, and the difference is, and I've thought about this, the commercial that's on a CNN or whatever, let's just say a news station or a rotator or whatever is happening, you've heard it, it's going on, and it's just, you're listening to it or you're not listening to it. The difference is people are intentionally watching what I'm putting out there. So if I get a giant amount of hits on mine, it's completely different than if it's just randomly playing in the background or whatever. Right. These people are zoned into what I'm saying, and they're like, all eyes are on your restaurant, which is completely different than if it plays in the background of whatever. So that's why the word influencers it's so powerful, because they are actually influencing people, and they can create, like, they can make your businesses. I mean, new fledgling businesses, and, you know, anybody that's savvy to that type of thing, that's where it's headed, you know. And people want to see that, and they want to see you eating the food. They want to see what the food looks like. They want to know before before people spend their money. They want to know what's up. Right.
Well, and the pricing helps too. Like, hey, can we afford it?
Right.
To go out there. Well, yeah, it's $3 burgers.
Right.
You know.
Right. Or pizza places, or pizza by the slice, or the taco stands. Like, I can never, ever in a million years get tired of going to the taco places that are around East Texas. I mean, the taco stands and the Mexican restaurants, same thing with the families in the kitchen, and they're putting out like these amazing food, and you're getting the sauces that are like
homemade,
over the top. And we have got fantastic Mexican food here. Like, the food is out of control. It's just delicious.
Yep.
And they're all over, like everywhere. I mean, there are so many of them, and they're hole in the walls, and I love it.
Yeah. Just imagine if we had a food truck area.
Right.
Which
I
we
think
talked
that
about
would
a
be
little bit.
amazing.
Yes. Hopefully they make a space for them.
They should.
They should. I
Yeah.
agree. We'll advocate together.
Yes. A food truck park is needed. I mean, the food trucks have a hard time. And I hit up food trucks, and I love what they're putting out with the food trucks. And that's a whole other beast of a hustle, you know, what they're doing with these food trucks. I mean, but some of the greatest food are coming out of the food trucks.
Agreed.
I mean, it's amazing. We have awesome food trucks here.
You got to just find them. You got to follow them and
Right.
make sure you get to them.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to go away. Like
No.
some of them are incredible food.
Right.
Better than what you can sit down and eat.
Yes. Oh,
In some
absolutely.
places.
Yes, absolutely.
And then those people are now, with it being 90, 95 degrees, they're sweating
I know.
and working as hard as they can. And,
They are.
You know, and the cleanup is hard when you're mobile. So
One of my favorite stories, I'll tell you, is that I had on my Facebook, somebody wrote on a comment on one of my other posts, and they said, "Hey, cutie, come try a hot dog at my hot dog stand." And I was like, "What?" And I looked at the page, and it was Nico's Hot Dogs. And at the time, he was an 11-year-old boy who had a hot dog stand.
Okay.
His mother wanted to facilitate his idea to have this hot dog truck or hot dog stand. And she said, "I'm going to make him do it." And I saw that, and I said, "Nico, are you 11? And he said, "Yes, ma'am." And I was like, "I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Nico's hot dog truck." And that's probably a standout for me as something that shows you kind of what all of this is about. You know, Nico, the 11-year-old that had a hot dog truck.
right.
And it's like that in all different various ways, but just like that.
Passion. Yep. That's awesome. A lot of good experiences. Same for me.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot, had a lot of different guests on, and so it's like you grow a little bit every time you go to one of those places.
Right.
You meet somebody, talk to somebody, learn a little bit about who they are, and
Yeah.
you give a piece of yourself, and then you give a piece of them.
I meet the best people. The people in East Texas are so amazing. They're so nice. They're so kind. They're so gracious. And, you know, and the food, I mean,
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah. We're lucky.
Yeah, the food is
It's all over the place, and it's pretty good.
it's so good.
Yes.
I mean, we have got really good food going on around here, and so many cool different types of food that you don't think about. Like, I mean, I'm into burgers, but I mean, there's so many different. Another one. Okay, I'll tell you one of my favorites, and I have no problem saying this: the B-Birria burgers in
Oof.
Lindell. Okay, so
You
I
don't
went.
have to sell me on that. Man.
No, I know.
So
I
good.
went out there, and Langston was making the burgers, and I had never been out there before. And he was like, "I want you to just try the peanut butter burger." And I was like thinking to myself, he wants me to try the peanut butter burger. Like, I'm going to try it, but like I said, if I don't like it, I'm not going to put it on there. And I was thinking, probably not going to put this peanut butter burger on my video. It is one of the best burgers I've ever had.
Wow.
It's that good. And it's not a staple on the menu. You have to catch it. But it was like, it had the peanut butter and it had the jalapenos and whatever magic that he had going on in that burger was seriously amazing.
Yes. Everything I haven't had anything bad.
No.
It's all good.
But that specifically.
But I'm trying to dumb it down because
Okay.
I don't want to be slammed every time I'm there.
Oh, you're like, don't tell people.
But it's
Stop
so
doing-
good. Oh man, it's one of my favorite places. Shh. Yeah, no.
No.
Because I live in Lindell.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep now.
No, it's
so
too good.
Yeah,
like,
it's really
look
good.
for that burger.
Yeah.
It's really one to beat.
And I tossed out a couple recommendations too, places that folks that we've had on too.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll maybe the stars will align again, and we'll go and do another review.
Yeah, I'm always doing.
Yep. We like to end all of our podcasts with shout outs. It's just kind of our opportunity to kind of see if there's anybody that you want to recognize.
I'm going to do a shout out to my baby boy, who's not really a baby. He's 11 now. So to Kaiser, he is my number one assistant and biggest fan, and he is always there behind the camera too. He helps me take my stand, and he's always so happy and having the best time. And so shout out to him.
Yeah. What do you think he's going to be saying when he's like 20, 21 about experiences with mom?
I don't know. I really try to take him and to do all the things because I feel like that's like a world experience. It's an education of seeing. And he gets to see all these different places and go and see all and do all these different things. And he's at an age now, because he's 11, that he's not embarrassed of me.
That's good.
So I'm taking advantage of that while I can, because
Right.
I know in a couple more years he's going to be like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, he's going to be a teen and I'm going to be annoying.
I think that an impression that you're going to make is you're using a lot of descriptive words when you do these, and you're very good about helping people understand the sensations that you're having. And I find that the new generation struggles with that. They use a lot of just like these weird words that don't really associate with what's happening.
It's fire.
Or no cap or whatever.
I don't even know
what that is.
Yeah, I know.
But it's the language you're using is going to help him, because especially with younger guys, like they struggle with being able to say what they mean or what they feel and articulate. And stuff like, and that's good. I think that's an impression that's going to help. Honestly.
Let's hope.
We can only cross our hands. I mean, the impressions are going to be undeniable.
Right.
Right. So, I think it will help.
Yes.
We'll pray. That it
Yes.
does.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything that we didn't discuss that we need to?
I think we covered all the things, did we not?
Yeah, I think so.
I think food first, and mom and pop businesses and boutiques and hotels and experiences and all the things that are here are amazing.
Yeah. Get out there, eat, travel, and repeat.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.